think I left something in the house.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Come on, set.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Third and 2, now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barker. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
They go play action now. Wilson.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
On the counter, Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense for the Jets, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of...
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Prescott to throw it. That is caught by Lamb. doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And that one results in 35 yards. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Prescott on play action. Touchdown, Cowboys! A great effort there, with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those.
He's got a man, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Wilson now off the bootleg. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you might be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Cowboys at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
They go to Elliott again. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. It seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard synergistic before, but I guess that works, right?
It does on this game.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jet 16.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's Elliott.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
I haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. Touchdown! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count, if you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth, it's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Elliott running right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early, so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now it's Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes a lot easier.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He's got it complete to Tolbert. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the route is on. It's 24-0. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Blocked incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
1st and 10. Prescott.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Jetsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
A very limited time left to get in the field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it off on one throw right there.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 60 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
10th carry now for Elliott. Runs over it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Play action. It's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Barker.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line. Because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and they will remain well behind.
Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the second half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And you're just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker.
but even this is no good.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a jet touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the 3rd quarter here. And he returns this to the 22. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Now Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Rocky Sin. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Hall on a give up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Again on second down.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
148 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
4 yards the pickup, first down. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown ground. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point safely through. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ready. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Wilson.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down.
A good pickup there, a 22. To throw again is Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now it's Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Barker.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Robbie Anderson from 8 yards out.
And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Here we go. Set.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go. Alpha.
Here's Wilson. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall.
So it's a win here for the Cowboys.